Why you have a hard time losing weight. Hi, welcome back, my friend. I hope you're having a great day. Again, we're in my little zen backyard. Why you have a hard time losing weight? A lot of you guys been messaging me on Instagram. You guys are like putting in the work, but still your weight is not dropping. I'm not here to tell you you gotta work harder. Like, there's an easier way to it. It's not gonna be easy, but I'm gonna simplify this to you. Something that I learned on my journey. And again, it's not that you're not working hard. And I'm not gonna tell you that you gotta work harder. You gotta understand these things, okay? Now, to break it down, it's a simple formula. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, okay? These 3 meals, you probably spend, give or take, an hour eating, okay? You spend an hour eating breakfast, an hour eating lunch, an hour eating dinner. Give or take, okay? Now on top of that, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You probably work out 2 hours a day. And it's not like half an hour to get ready, go to the gym, then an hour of working out, and then half an hour showering and going home. No, like right when you start your first exercise to the last exercise is 2 hours straight. I'm gonna give you that, the benefit of the doubt, okay? Now, your fitness journey in total, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2 hours of working out is 5 hours. You have 19 hours left within the day. Understand this. When you look in the mirror, that person that you see right now, you spend building that person 24 hours a day. A lot of you are having a hard time because it's not that the eating and the exercising, you're not doing it hard enough. No, it's the remainder of the day. And this is where I was able to kind of lose the fat much more easier this time. A lot of you who are subscribed to this channel, I like to identify as a martial artist because I knew this time around that me kind of living my life as a martial artist, this will help me to shape my entire day. When I sat back this time around and I was like, I gotta get my life back on track, I knew that I was insecure, I was depressed, mostly because of my body. But I somehow knew intuitively that it wasn't the working out and the eating. I work out like a beast. And it's like, I was working out when I was depressed, whatever. I was working out. I was like eating somewhat good. But it wasn't that. It was the rest of the day that was like fucking me up. So this time around when, I kind of committed myself to like the martial arts life, I came to understand that a martial artist working out and dieting, that's the smallest part of his day. He spends the rest of the day like training, studying, meditating, journaling, and cleaning. If you watch documentaries of Shaolin monks, between their trainings, they're always cleaning. They are sweeping because they understand this fact that your reality is just a reflection of your mind. So they do their best to keep their space, nice and tidy. So understand this. Like I said, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. You eat 3 meals a day, an hour each. You work out extremely hard for 2 hours a day. What are you doing for the rest of the 19 hours? And you're thinking, oh, well, I'm sleeping. I sleep 8 hours, so like cut that out. You got to understand that the person that you see in the mirror right now is being built while you sleep as well. I had to understand this. There was a point where I was always bloated. I would wake up extremely bloated. Then I realized before I go to sleep, I was listening to like a lot of like crazy rock music, heavy rap music. Sometimes I would be watching like fights and stuff. So before I would sleep, I would fill my mind with all of this chaos, just rambling. So when I would sleep, my body wasn't fully rested. So when I would wake up, my body just didn't have this time to rest and digest and fully get whatever I ate digested. So when I would wake up, I would be like bloated, and you would see that my face would be swollen, everything would be bloated. Now, before I sleep, I kind of just like read whatever I posted, read good stuff, and I'm able to sleep well at night. So when I wake up, I'm not as bloated. I'm kind of like chipper about my day. And that's just one thing. And like I said, you got to understand that when you're going about your day, your thoughts between your fitness journey, whatever actions you're taking to build yourself fitness-wise, it plays a very big part on how you actually do your eating and your training. Understand this. I don't want to get too deep on you, but within this universe, okay, from what I've come to understand, there's only positive and negatives. The universe kind of runs on ones and zeros. It's humans that create this gray area. But within the universe, there's no such thing as a gray area. It's either a positive or a negative. One thought or action is not half and half. It's not like somewhat negative and somewhat positive. No, it's either positive or negative. Understand that, okay, you ate your breakfast, you worked out, you're starting to get a little hungry. You're having this hunger pain. Right when you get that hunger pain and you start like, you start getting this little irritation, and then you could be at work, somebody comes up to you and kind of asks you, oh, how do you do this? And instead of fixing your mindset to kind of like, okay, this person is asking me for help, let me try my best to help this person. You kind of like give in to your hunger pain, and you kind of like, you help the person, but you're irritated. Understand that irritation and that little like drawback dictates what you do next. All of your thoughts are like a string of moments all put together. And if one action is negative, it's gonna lead to another negative act. You may think that, okay, I'm hangry, this person asked me for help, and I'm just like very just intense about it because I'm hungry. I help the person out, but I'm kind of like, I technically, even though I helped them, I kind of fed my irritation. And that irritation leads me into the next moment where I'm irritated. And all these small little irritations that I do throughout the day will lead me up to when my meal comes. It's like I'm so irritated throughout my whole entire day. I don't even want to eat the food that I was supposed to eat. I want to eat some ice cream. I want to eat some chips. I want to eat some chicken nuggets from it, whatever. And that's where you get messed up. It's a game of just perspective and just trying to be positive and understanding that what you do between your eating and your working out is what's going to dictate how you eat and how you work out. Now, like I said, the way I was able to combat that was I considered myself to be a martial artist. When I'm not eating or training, I'm like trying to read good books. I was filming videos, just writing in my journal. I don't really meditate too much. I kind of just hang out with my son and like I just watch him. I kind of let my mind space off, and just watching him just kind of puts me in a positive mood. So I do my best throughout those moments to stay as positive as possible. Now, the way you can do this is this. This is how I did it, okay? When I was fat and depressed, I told you guys a story. I was like sitting in my kid's room. I was crying, dude. I kind of had to ask this greater spirit, what if you want to call it God, whatever. You don't even have to call it God. It's just your imagination. I had to go into my imagination and I had to ask, what does the greatest Ches look like? At that moment, your mind starts working. My mind started to work. I had these inspirations, this imagining, and I could see myself. Like I could see the house I wanted to live in. I could see the car I was driving. I could see like my kids playing in this big ass house that we had. Somehow, something told me to look at me in the vision. So what instead of seeing the cars, the house, I had to step back and I had to like, my intuition told me to look at me. Then when I looked at me, I saw what I looked like. I was leaner. I had abs. I was kind of like, I was moving fluidly. And I was happy. I was chipper. And my intuition just kept telling me to just focus on what I look like within this vision. And I kind of got a good picture of it. I'm going to put the clip. You see this clip right here that I'm playing? That Ches, 150 pounds, like just stringy, lean and ripped. That is what I saw in my vision. And for some odd reason, my intuition told me, just create that. And that's what I did. I didn't even jump on TikTok yet. My mind just told me, create that. And throughout the ways, wow, you hear those birds? They're like talking to me. But My intuition just told me to just create that chest. And that's what I did. I just day by day, step by step. Okay, the Ches, he eats this good food. Okay, when he's not eating or working out, this is what he's doing. He's cleaning this, he's cleaning that, he's reading this book, he's listening to this audiobook while he's cleaning. If your son needs attention, this is how he does it. This, that, this, that, this, that. And I just followed it. As I kept following my intuition, my imagination of this Ches, slowly it told me, okay, you gotta jump on TikTok and start sharing these workouts. From there, I went on YouTube. Obviously, you see the clip. The clip is up and down. That's because I didn't even create my YouTube yet. But that Ches, that greatest version of Ches, looked a certain way, he moved a certain way, and he thought a certain way. And like I'm telling you, if you spend breakfast, lunch, dinner, you work out for 2 hours, breakfast, lunch, dinner, an hour each, that's 5 hours of your day. The rest of your day, you're doing something else that obviously built you to be what you are. The Ches who was fat and depressed, the way he puts on his pants a certain way, he talks a certain way, he sweeps a certain way, I had to get rid of all of that. And I had to just create this new Ches from my imagination and understand, okay, this Ches that is at his best, he puts his shorts on a certain way, he makes the bed a certain way, he does everything differently. So the reason why you have a hard time losing weight, it's not that you're not dieting and exercising extremely hard. It's what you do in between that. And you gotta somehow change that. And to change that, this is gonna be an identity shift. Like I said, I kinda had to just go on my intuition. And like what I saw in my grand vision, I had to bring him here. And I had to understand that the person in that vision, he treats everything here differently. He lives differently, he spends his money differently, he talks differently, he obviously makes videos. And I had to just bring him here. And if I bring that great version of Ches here, obviously he's gonna lead me there. Okay? So that's just what it is. Again, to wrap it up, your fitness journey, your diet and fitness journey is an extremely small part of your day. Now that you got that on lock, you're doing my workouts, you're following my diet advice. Now what you have to do is you have to look at the rest of your day and understand every negative act just compounds. And when you're just kind of slightly negative, this negative feelings that you get kind of push you towards negative acts. So even though like you're eating a chicken salad, you don't even want to eat it. You're just so irritated throughout your day. You'd rather have ice cream, and you want to kind of push back on that. When you eat your chicken salad, you want to be extremely grateful about that chicken salad. And how do you become extremely grateful about that chicken salad? The things you do leading up to your chicken salad will kind of dictate your mood, your emotions. And that's just what it is. So again, it's not so much your diet and exercise. It's what you do between your eating and your exercising that will greatly determine how hard this fitness journey is for you, all right? And just always remember, train hard and be kind.